Hello everyone, my name is Andreas, or Andreas Shepard, the Chief Director. You can call me whatever you'd like out of game. But today I'm going to be showing you the updates I've made to the urban sector. Now I've been working really hard on this one, so I want to show you guys. I'm pretty excited to show you all the updates, and you can expect a release fairly soon, a beta release at least. So let me get suited up first actually. Let me just slap this on, slap this on, go to Armory, Ministry. And while I'm showing you everything, we might get some lag spikes. I'm just telling you right now. That is because I am recording, not the game. I can guarantee that, and not my computer. The game is not laggy at all. It meshes. That was the whole idea of the project, was to do it entirely basically with mesh parts. So the lag is fine. It's just because I'm recording, and Fraps doesn't like Roblox. So let's begin. Again, if I have terrible mic quality, I apologize. I truly do. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, so I don't have a huge crazy mic. I just have a little headset, so nothing crazy. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to add was interactables. So we can talk to this guy right off the bat, Dock Worker Jonas. He goes, "So you're new around here, huh?" And he gives this whole little spiel and kind of just introduces you to the world. He doesn't really tell you anything useful. So if we go right into here, South Harbor Shop, you can see that right there. If we go into here, Shopkeeper Mike, what do you have to say to us, Shopkeeper Mike? He basically, you can pause and read through if you want. He basically introduces you to the Hive, which is where you can basically, what is it? What am I saying? Like go to a black market, essentially, trade goods and such. And that's yet to be added, but it will be a major faction going forward. So we can go over here. A large board is stacked with items for sale. It tells us. I also want to add interactables that you can like inspect. So if you see, and there's a recording ladder. A large board is stacked with items for sale. So if we click this, the player can basically stock up on anything in the South Harbor Shop. It's like their place to get ready. You know, they can buy guns, they can buy a shield, they can buy documents, they can buy binoculars. Actually, I'll show you right now. I have 50 rations. Binoculars gives me, 20 rations. Buy. I now have 30 rations and I have binoculars. So, hooray. You know? So basically that's how it works. So, you also just close it out right here. But it also closes out when you buy something. Anyway, we can leave that place. I like to close the door behind me because I'm not a slob. I'm sure some people will be. Right here the dumpster says the dumpster is large and full of papers and food waste. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure. Maybe rooting around can prove useful. After all, what else can I do? And going in here jumping in here, rooting around will give you C1 documents. I have yet to add that feature.
Honestly, it's not a hard
The thing to add. I'll do that. Anyway, if you look here, another interactable right, press T. You peer inside to see a destroyed home. A body lies on the floor, but nobody seems to care. So that's just kind of showing the disrepair that the docks are in. It's like the poor part of the city, you know. So once we've gathered everything at the South Harbor Shop we want, once we've rooted around in enough dumpsters to our liking, we can exit the place. So we open the door, swing it open, swing it closed, because we're not idiots. I don't like people who leave doors open. And we see the big skied world. There's a long road ahead of us. So right here we see some wrecked cars, right? Well, that's called theming, because we were at a car dealership. Woohoo! I think we're going to experience another lag spike here, so just prepare yourselves. No, I did last time. Okay. So we can talk to the shopkeeper here. She goes, "Need a ride? You're in luck. You have a pretty alright selection to get you start moving. Or to start get you moving. Here to get you moving." Okay, there is no start in that sentence. I thought there was. I'm just messing up. So we can click the shop option here. We can see the buggy and the van. So we can close that out because I can't afford those on my 30 rations that I have right now. So I'm just gonna give myself one. Give me van. Right? Actually, I'll do give me ATV because the ATV is probably better for this purpose. So you can see I get a tool. It looks like car keys, right? It doesn't actually just spawn it in the lot like a lot of games do. It gives me a tool. I can click down where I want to spawn it. The tool goes away. This is the van. That's why I still have this. It's the van. tool goes away and the car. Now when I die, this car will actually delete. So with that van there. Anyway. If we go down to the left here, you see the road is filled with details. I've kind of made sure that there's clutter galore, you know. Go down the road here, you know. Some garbage and scraps and stuff. Go into a factory. This is going to be a hive hideout. The hive hideout. So that 10 times fast. Hive hideout. And it's going to be sort of a black market here. It's very unfinished, as you can see, but we're hoping to add quite something to that. So I'm going to get back in my little buggy here. I'm going to skedaddle. Yep, no, a bit off-road there. Okay. Don't trust me behind the wheel. Oh, by the way, the trees move in the wind. It's a small detail, but it's one. Did it? Oh, okay. Bye, buggy. Small detail, but it's one worth noting. Yeah, the vehicles are a little strange. They will kind of keep their acceleration momentum if you hop out while driving them. So if I'm driving this buggy and I hop out, it's just gonna go. So I should kind of watch that. Anyway, it's kind of solve a problem for that. So right here you can see, of course, kind of that sci-fi screen, obey, life over liberty, sort of thing. Over here, I'm gonna review that later, but it says, you know, do not enter. You know, so it's very ominous. I think I'm gonna make a sort of punishment, but honestly, it's up to Odessa. It's their facility. They can punish people how they want to if they enter unauthorized. So anyway, we can go here. We're at the border. The buggy's gonna skedaddle because, you know, glitch. So if you don't park it just right, then you're done for. Immediately you see this kind of Orwellian screen. Always listening to orders will keep you out of trouble, which is true. Stay within the dotted line at all times, and stand in the provided spots given within the dotted lines, which would be these and these. So you have to proceed with caution, much like the old border. And civilians kind of stand here, move along, you know, and you enter the border facility. So 72, you've all seen this before. It's on a poster, but now it's on a big TV screen. So, you know, you've all seen this area before. I mean, you've all seen this TV before, but you haven't seen this area. So, yeah. Now we've reached the actual border with the border booth. That's right, we're going to have a proper border booth. That's crazy. So we have a closed door, you know, and they can look at them, they can hand over their papers, etc., etc. And you go over here. Open this door. Open this door. And now I'm the border booth. Whoa. I can close these doors, you know. So it's much like our Statska, or those Russian groups, you know. Sort of like in that vein. So, we're kind of trying to be more of a border group. But also, you know, we're trying to give appeal to everyone here. Excuse me, I had to cough. So we walk into this big old base, right? Gate A1 field office. There's nothing in here, by the way. But, you know, I'm sure we'll find a use for it. I just like the little building. So, we go in here. Nice little area, parade square. Where I'm actually going to fly, because this area is pretty big. So, see some pipes, and it's fairly detailed, but it's very vast and open. So the sides are detailed is what I've done, but I think I'm going to have a practice raid area, like right around here. Big old practice raid area. We're having some recording lag, but no worries. Go into this big old warehouse and you see an obby. That's for training, you know. We're going to have a point system for training, so that's all well and good. And then we go back to the deck here. So while we were going up to the border, you may have noticed this little staircase right here. Well, if we go up that staircase, which enlisted personnel can do, go up that staircase, we come onto this little deck. It's worth mentioning that this way, it's just an observation deck. Yeah, there's nothing special, like super special about it, you know. Just like they can watch above. If we go up here, now this way has a little more intrigue. So if we take this corner here, we come out to this deck, which
Flag.
Ooh, that was tough. Okay. Which, again, I promise you, the game runs smoothly. It is just me recording. Perhaps it's not like Roblox, but the game runs fine when you're not recording, I guarantee you. So anyway, come on to this deck, which is, of course, the speaking deck for the parade. Parade square. Now, I did not know the fences were this high. I'm gonna have to lower those. This is why you build with scale models, kids. I never have. It's always been a flaw of mine. I always just get excited and I build. I forget to use scale models. And that's quite the issue as well. We should fix that. Anyway, this is all pretty clean now. If we go right into this area here, this button does not want to work. That's fine. We're just gonna no clip. And the big lag thing. So this is our correctional room. You know, for people who are not as enthusiastic about obeying. You know, rabble rousers, people who want to cause trouble to the state, whatever you want to call them. Rebellion, hive, you know, whatever. Obey, follow, follow, follow. It's all very Clockwork Orange, you know. So, yeah, I mean, some people would call us a torture chamber. You know, I call it the recruitment room. You know, put people in here. Before you know it, they come out with enforcement. And the best officers we've ever had. Some of them came from this room. Tell you. You know, Jim down in financing, he came from this room. Anyway, we're gonna pop out of that and fly over to the Odessa Corporation, which I promised to show you at the end of the tour. This is pretty much everything I've done over there. I still need to add the city portion. So, doop-a-doop-a-doop. Edit that lag from the recording. It is truly awful. See a big Celtic knot? That's their logo. Odessa Corporation. It is not so subtly the SCP Foundation. It is the owner, Dr. Bugs. He really likes SCP, and I mean, so do I, but he's kind of trying to subtly sneak ideas by me, like, oh, we should do this. I'm like, kind of like SCP, and he's like, oh, well, you know. So, it's a funny dynamic, but it's gonna be kind of our research, that's not a word, research unit, you know. Odessa Corporation Facility Avalon, that is what this is called. Open the door, walk right through here. This hallway is actually from an SCP. It's retired. It's not used by any groups anymore, so I did not make this. It's from an SCP game group thing. So, bag. Bag really likes that bag. So, you know what, we'll appease the lag gods. But anyway, you walk in here, boxes, you know, coolings, all that, right? There's a little break room, I guess, a little water cooler, oven, fridge, everything like that, right? I'll decide what I'll do with that room functionality-wise, but for now it's that. And this is the lab area, so you have like a type A virus sample, notes, it's like a glass shield, you know, air conditioning, sanitation, you know, bags of some sort. It's whatever. They're just details. They don't have to be specific. And all that, right? It's like files and stuff. And the Odessa Corporation is not just this room. It will be huge. The facility will go on and on and on. So you can see here. You know, we'll add more hallways and rooms. And, you know, to Bugs' liking, of course. You can tell me whatever he'd like. And with that, our tour is pretty much done. So I hope you enjoyed seeing everything that we have to offer. And y'all can expect a beta release of this game fairly soon. I've been working hard and quick. So, yeah, it's not too far off. And I hope we can all enjoy the urban sector together. Alright, before I go, I'm going to show you one last feature, which is if I reset, we have a 20-second death timer, which is kind of infuriating, but I wanted there to be. Oh, you also lose 25 rations. I should note that you don't lose them; you drop them, so players that kill you can regain them. But we wanted there to be a consequence to death, so that's kind of the reason for that, you know. Anyway.